and solve this. All right, everybody. So let's get into this one. Now, first things first. First things first. Read the question sentence. I know we have a big, bad, scary system of equations here, but we are going to read the question sentence first, and it asks us to find the value of which letter, everybody? It asks us to find the value of y. All right. So that is the first and, to be honest, biggest piece of information, because as we get to solving this, you're going to notice that paying attention to the question sentence is going to save you. Let me be very clear here. Watch this. We have y being equal to negative 3 minus 3x up here. Now, in a system of equations, everybody, if this y right here equals negative 3 minus 3x, what can we replace that y with as well? If the y up top is equal to negative 3 minus 3x, then the bottom y can also be replaced with what? Yeah, if we can go ahead and say that the top y is negative 3 minus 3x, that is correct, Joshua. The bottom y can be replaced with negative 3 minus 3x as well. Exactly. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Check this out. I'm going to rewrite this equation. I'm going to rewrite the 7x plus 2y equals 16. I am going to replace the y specifically with the negative 3 minus 3x. So right over here, boom, negative 3 minus 3x. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And once I do that, this replaces the y with x. And now we go from an equation that has two different variables to an equation that has just one variable, x. This makes it much easier to solve. And when we do this now, we're going to solve this properly. We're going to distribute 2 multiplied by negative 3. Everybody, what is 2 multiplied by negative 3? Negative 6, correct. And then we have 2 multiplied by negative 3x, and that'll be negative 6x. And then from there, we have the right side, which is equal to 16, just like we saw earlier. From here, everybody, from here, what are we going to do? Well, we have the 7x minus 6x. Let's bring those like terms together, everybody. When we bring those like terms together, 7x minus 6x, what is that going to combine to be? 7 minus 6, yeah, that gives you 1. And so we can write 1x, which is the same thing as just x. And so that's what I'll write. I will write x minus 6 equals 16. Everybody help me out. Is this a much easier situation than what we were dealing with in the beginning? Oh gosh, is this much easier to deal with than before? Yeah, clearly. But don't let your guard down, because when we solve this, we're going to add 6 to both sides here and there. And help me out, 16 plus 6, that'll lead us to what? Yeah, that'll lead us to 22. X equals 22. We should feel awesome about that. We solved it. Everybody, is the answer here answer choice A, right? It's 22. Isn't it 22? Isn't it 22? Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. Why? Once again, thank you, Donovan. Because we're solving for y. We're not solving for x. Well, we did solve for x, but we weren't supposed to. We were supposed to solve for y. So what do we do here? How do we get the value of y? Well, we got to plug it in. We got to plug the x equals 22 into either one of these, everyone. Either one of these works. Either one. And because the y is already by itself up here, I'm going to use this top one. Because all we have to do is plug in that 22 right there, and we'll do -3 minus -3 times 22. Figure what that is, figure it out, and we have our y. That's exactly what I'll do. Here we go. Y equals -3 minus 3x. I'm going to replace the x with 22. So y equals -3 minus 3 times 22. Then we'll do -3 times 22. 3 times 22 is 66. So that'll be minus 66 right there. And then my last question is, if I'm already at -3 and then I take away 66, where do I end up? -69. Correct. And there we are. The correct answer here is y, not x. Y equals -69. And there we are. The correct answer here is not answer choice A, but answer choice B. Up next here, my math party people, we are asked, hey, according to this graph, what is the value of x when y equals 37? So what is the value of x when y equals 37? So this one is going to be a pretty clean problem to do if you understand at least one of the representations that we can use. So on one hand, if you're more of a visual person, you could go ahead and understand that, hey, to get to where y equals 37, we're going to continue going this way to continue going up, and you could take some visual guesses as to how to get there. Another way, another cleaner way to get there, especially when we have different graphs and lines and slopes, the better way, in my opinion, is going to be using your formula. The equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. Everybody help me out. Very briefly, which of those letters are we trying to find? Which of these letters again? Yeah, we're looking for the x. So when we check this out here, if we're looking for the x value, I'm going to really benefit from plugging in the y value, plugging in the slope, and plugging in the y-intercept. If I can plug all of those other things in, then yeah, I can figure out what x is. And luckily, everybody, do we have the y? What's the y going to be? Yeah, given to us right here, given to us right there. That is going to be y equals 37. So we'll plug that right on in. When we're trying to find the slope, can we determine that? We absolutely can. Slope is going to be rise over run. If you take a look here, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. -1 divided by 1. What's that going to be, everybody? What's the slope going to be for this line? Yeah, the slope's going to be -1. Because look, the rise over run is always going to be 1. 1 over 1, 1 over 1. 1 over 1, 1 over 1. The difference is it's negative. It's going down. It's going down, so it'll be -1. So we have -1. Put the x there. What's my y-intercept, everybody? What is b? The y-intercept, where do we cross the y-axis? Right there. What is that number going to be? 20. So notice how if you know what to look for, yeah, that setup can happen a lot calmer and cooler and collectively. And now from here, we're just going to go ahead and finish the job. We're going to subtract 20 on both sides. And once we do that, we have 17 equals -1x or -x. And so from here, everybody, if you want to get x by itself, not -x, what you're going to do is flip the sign of both sides on both sides. So what that means is -x becomes +x, +17 becomes -17. And that makes sense though, because everybody, if we were talking about a +17, this graph is going lower and lower as we go to the right. It makes sense that it's -17 because you see that it's increasing going to the left. And that's why here the correct answer is answer choice A, -17.